What really separates a simple win from a legendary against all odds comeback? Well, sometimes a single sporting event can give us a masterclass in strategy, resilience, and just pure character. Today, we're going to unpack one of those events, India's absolutely incredible 2024 World Cup victory, to see what powerful lessons it holds for all of us. Okay, to really get the scale of this win, you've got to feel the pressure. So picture this, it's the final. The stadium is just electric. South Africa, they're chasing the trophy, and they need just 30 runs from the last 30 balls. They've got set batsmen at the crease. Victory looks like it's in the bag for them. Statistically, it is their game to lose. And this right here is the heart of our entire story. In that moment, most teams would have felt the hope just draining away. But India's response, wow, it teaches us something so profound. Your job is to fight for that tiny sliver of a chance, that 1%, no matter how impossible it all seems. So how in the world did they pull it off, especially after such a long, painful wait for a trophy? Let's dig into what made this victory so unbelievably monumental. 11 years. For 11 long years, India had come so close in major tournaments, only to fall short. Every single fan felt the weight of that number. So this final wasn't just about winning a cup, it was about breaking a curse, rewriting a decade of disappointment. The pressure was just immense. So let's walk through those final, insane 5 overs. With 30 balls left, South Africa is in the driver's seat, complete control. Then, Jasprit Bumrah comes in and bowls a masterful over, and you can feel the momentum just start to shift. With 12 balls to go, Pandya and Hardik refuse to buckle under the pressure. And then, the moment. 6 balls left, Suryakumar Yadav takes a catch on the boundary that seems to defy physics, logic, everything. A few moments later, it's all over. India wins. And this is where the story stops being about statistics and starts being about sheer will. On paper, the task for South Africa was simple, right? Get less than a run a ball. But India's bowlers, through pure skill and execution under crushing pressure, turned that simple math into an impossible mountain to climb. It was a total human triumph over the numbers. And that's the crucial point here. This was not a lucky win, not by a long shot. This was a victory built on a foundation of specific, deliberate strategies. So let's break down the anatomy of how they actually did it. The win really stood on 3 main pillars. All that grueling practice that nobody ever sees. A culture of selflessness where the team always comes first, and a real appreciation for every single contribution, no matter how small it seems. Remember that unbelievable catch by Suryakumar Yadav, or SKY? It looked like a moment of pure magic, right? But it wasn't. As his coach, Rahul Dravid, said, that catch was the result of hundreds of hours of repetitive and, let's be honest, probably boring practice, specifically for that exact situation. And it just brilliantly shows that success is born in those mundane, unseen moments of preparation. Next up is selflessness. Throughout the tournament, you had guys like Axar Patel and Shivam Dubey who were asked to bat in different, unfamiliar positions, totally sacrificing their usual roles for what the team needed. That's what role clarity is all about. Understanding that the team's goal is so much more important than your personal stats or your comfort zone. And that leads right into our third pillar. While the big names often get the headlines, it's the invisible work that truly makes the difference. Shivam Dube's quick 27 runs, or Axar Patel snagging a key wicket in the middle overs. These were the small gears that kept the entire machine running, and ultimately, they're what carried the team to victory. Okay, this is where the story gets really, really powerful, because the lessons from that final match, they go far beyond the cricket field. They're about how we can all navigate our own challenges. Let's just start with the incredible story of Hardik Pandya. His journey to that final winning over is just a masterclass in resilience. So get this, just months before the World Cup, Pandya was being booed by his own home crowds during the IPL. The criticism, the noise, it was deafening. But what did he do? He stayed quiet, he put his head down, he worked on his fitness, and he just focused on his craft. And in the end, he let his performance do all the talking, bowling the over that sealed the World Cup. It's such a powerful reminder to just tune out the critics and focus on your work. And then there's Virat Kohli. He had a terrible tournament leading up to the final, struggling for runs in almost every single game. But he didn't panic. He didn't change his process. He trusted his character. And in the final, when it mattered most, he delivered the match-winning performance. It just proves that old saying, right? Form is temporary, but class and character, they're permanent. And we absolutely cannot forget the leadership. When the game was slipping away, Captain Rohit Sharma stayed unbelievably calm. And that composure, it just radiated through the whole team, allowing his bowlers to execute their plans with clarity instead of panic. It's a huge lesson. In any crisis, whether it's on a field or in an office, your ability to stay calm is your greatest superpower. So, what can we take away from all this for our own lives? First, redemption is always possible if you just let your work do the talking. Second, a bad face never defines you, but your character absolutely does. We also saw that in a crisis, your calmness is your biggest strength. And maybe most importantly, this victory proves one thing above all else. It is never, ever over until it's truly over. Which brings us right back to that central idea. We all face moments where the odds feel stacked, 99-1 against us, right? In your career, in your personal life, with your biggest ambitions. The question this incredible victory leaves us with is this. When that moment comes for you, how will you choose to compete for your 1%?